Good afternoon, students. Last in the last class, we have discussed about different types of toxicity studies. Right. Today we will discuss in detail about the toxicity. Right. So, what do you mean by toxicity? So, according to Paracelsus, he is a scientist, right? So, according to Paracelsus, all substances, that is, all drugs are poisons. There is not even a single drug which is not a poison, right? All drugs are poisons, and the only the difference that makes here is that the right dose differentiates a poison from a remedy, right? Suppose if you are taking a therapeutic dose, that is appropriate. If you are taking any appropriate dose of the drug, then it acts as a remedy. And if you are exceeding the dose, that is, if you are taking a higher dose than the normal dose, then that may lead to a toxic reaction in your body, right? So according to Paracelsus, all substances are poisons, all drugs are poisons, right? If at all, if any drug is there which is not a poison, means even there is no therapeutic efficacy with that drug, right? So, what is toxicology? So, toxicology is the study of adverse effects of a substance, which may be a chemical, which may be a physical agent, right? And the degree to which a substance can harm human or animals is nothing but toxicology. In other way, we can define toxicology as the study of nature, effects, and detection of poisons and the treatment of poisoning, right? So what is the principle of what are the different principles of toxicity studies? Studies should whatever the studies that you are performing here should be comply with the GLP, right? So these are the good laboratory practices, right? So and these studies should be carried out by a trained and qualified staff. Not every person can do these toxicity studies, right? And for these experiments, you have to use a standardized and calibrated equipment, right? So this standardized and calibrated equipment only should be used for the toxic studies, right? And for this, standard operating procedures have to be followed in laboratory, and whatever the results that you have obtained with these studies, those results are maintained in a documentation form, and all these documents are preserved for about 5 years after the drug has come into market, right? So these are the principles of toxicity studies, right? And the next one is necessities of toxicological studies. So what is the necessity of doing this toxicological study is that you can calculate benefit risk ratio. So benefit risk ratio is, as I told you, the drugs will have adverse effects, all the drugs will have adverse effects, right? At the same time, you have benefits with that drug also, right? So for this benefit for this the benefit, whatever the benefit that you are going to attain, should be more than the risk ratio, right? So benefit risk ratio can be calculated with the toxicological studies, and you can even predict the therapeutic index. So therapeutic index can be calculated by a formula, that is maximum tolerated dose by minimum curative dose, that is MTD by MCD, right? So maximum tolerated dose, that is this maximum tolerated dose is the animal should not die. Maximum tolerated dose by minimum curative dose. So whatever the ailment that you have to do with that animal, that dose, minimum curative dose, that is the minimum curative dose, right? So therapeutic index is equal to maximum tolerated dose by minimum curative dose. And the next one is, what are the different types of toxic studies? So the different toxic studies are of four types. One is acute toxicity. So this acute toxicity refers to adverse effects. See, actually, this acute toxicity. So, as you are performing all toxicity studies, that means you are going to observe some toxic reactions with that study, right? So, and that varies depending on the doses, right? In the acute toxicity, you are giving a single dose of a substance, and that dose is given within 24 hours, and time also you have to concentrate that here in acute toxicity you are giving the drug in within 24 hours time. And if at all, if it is if you are giving in inhalation form, that is if you are exposing that animal to any gases, then that animal should be exposed for 4 hours time, okay? And that also should be a single dose, right? So if at all, if you are giving oral administration or dermal administration, then the single dose should be given within 24 hours. And if at all, if that animal is exposed to uh, gases, then that should be given within 4 hours time, right? And that too a single dose should be given. And whatever the adverse effects that you are going to obtain with this administration, that you are going to study in acute toxicity. So acute toxicity is a single dose of a substance is given within 24 hours, that you have to remember. And the next one is subacute toxicity. Second type is subacute toxicity. So this subacute toxicity is more or less same to that of acute toxicity, but only the thing is here the exposure of duration, exposure of animals to the drug is varying from acute to subacute, right? So here duration of exposure is greater when compared to acute toxicity, right? Here you are giving single dose. In subacute toxicity, you are giving the drug for at least 2 to 4 weeks, right? So that is 14 to 28 days, and that dose you are giving day on daily basis, right? So the duration of exposure is more in subacute toxicity, and the toxic reactions that you have obtained here, uh, you have to study here, right? So whatever the toxic reactions are obtained with this should be studied in subacute toxicity, right? And then next one is subchronic toxicity, right? So this subchronic toxicity, in this, it is the toxic exposures repeated or spread over an intermediate time range. That is, daily dose, uh, daily dose is given up to 90 days, right? So here in the subacute, you are giving daily for up to 14 to 28 days, whereas in subchronic toxicity, you are giving up to 90 days time, right? And that too daily you are giving. And then chronic toxicity is that it is the exposure of the animal for repeated doses. Okay, repeated doses. That is daily you are giving. So all these subacute, subchronic, and chronic toxicity reactions are studied after giving the drug repeatedly. So multiple doses are given here, right? So, and here in the chronic toxicity, you are giving the drug on daily basis up to 12 months, right? So acute toxicity is a single dose. Subacute toxicity, in this you are giving 14 to 28 days, and subchronic you are giving daily dose up to 90 days, and in chronic toxicity you are giving up to 12 months, right? So these are the different types of toxic studies you are going to study, right? And the next one is, so what is the main objective of the experiments? Right? So the main aim of the experiment is, with these studies, you are going to determine the side effects, right? So on repeated administration of a drug at lower dosage, at lower dosages, what are the side effects you are going to get? And these doses, these multiple dose side effects can be compared with that of the single dose. That is, the toxic reactions obtained with the acute toxic study, right? And that can be studied. Whereas again, you can also determine the safe dosages. That is, the dose which is intended in the human can be determined with the acute toxic study reactions, right? And then it also provides an information about the major toxic effects, right? Major toxic effects, so which organ is particularly affected with that dose, and how much dose is accumulated in that particular organ. All these reactions can be observed with these toxic reactions, with these toxic studies, right? And the next one is single dose acute toxicity testing for pharmaceuticals. So this is the single dose means this acute toxicity studies, actually these are necessary for any drug which is intended for human use. If at all, if you want to use any drug for human use, then you have to perform this acute toxicity studies compulsorily, right? And then after performing this acute toxicity studies, you can even choose doses for repeat dose studies. That is, you can even choose doses for subacute, subchronic, and chronic studies, right? And then it also, this after studying this acute toxicity reactions, you can even select a starting dose for the phase 1 human studies. So for phase 1 human studies, the starting dose, what will be the starting dose that you can give safely, that also can be studied with the acute toxicity studies, right? So overall, the definition goes here that acute toxicity is the toxicity produced by a pharmaceutical when it is administered in one dose, right, during a period not exceeding 24 hours. So acute toxicity is given as a single dose not exceeding 24 hours time, right? And the next one is what is the procedure for doing the experiment. So here the test compound that you are going to identify, that you are going to administer in the animals. So why you are giving that test compound is that you want to identify the doses which do not cause any adverse effects. No adverse effect means minimum adverse effects should be caused. There is no drug that does not cause any adverse effect, but it should cause only minimum adverse effects and doses causing major life-threatening toxicity. And right, so here in this procedure, you are going to get the dose at which there is a safety. That is the therapeutic dose you are going to obtain from this, and again you are going to get a toxic dose also, right? And then for this purpose, you have to group the animals into different groups, right? And one group will be a one group will be a control group in which these control groups receive only vehicle. That is, you are not giving any drug to this control group, right? Only water is given. You are not giving any test compound to this control group, right? And next one is, so these acute toxicity studies are conducted by, as you are conducting these acute toxicity studies, what will be the route of a drug administration? So the route of drug administration should be the same route as intended for human administration. So whichever route you are going to give in the humans, that route only is preferable in these animals also. While performing this acute toxicity study, whatever the route that you are going to give in the humans, that route only you have to give even in these animals. And second route is intravenous administration if it is possible, right? So these two routes you can give in acute toxicity study, right? And then this, in which type of animals you are going to study these toxic reactions is that you can go for rodents and non-rodents, right? So that is rats and mice, and also non-rodents like monkeys, dogs, rabbits, etc. Right? And the next one is, so what are the observations that you can observe in the acute toxicity study is that, so you are giving a single dose and you have to observe for a period of 14 days after giving a drug, right? So what you are going to observe in this 14 days is that whether any animal is died, that is, you have to check for mortality, and if at all if there is any clinical sign of toxicity, that also you have to check, and time of onset of the reaction also you have to check, and duration of the drug given also you have to check, right? So all this you have to record. And then one more thing you have to observe here is that if any reversibility of toxicity is there with the doses you have given, right? That also you have to note down. And then gross necropsis. Gross necropsis means after sacrificing the animals. So you are going to observe for 14 days, right? So after that you are going to sacrifice the animals, right? After sacrificing these animals, you will be performing the necropsis. Necropsis is that you are going to observe, you are going to weigh the organs, and different organ states, different histopathological conditions of the organs you have to observe, right? Whether this is observed after termination of 14 days, right? And then you can even observe the clinical pathology, that is, if any diseased condition of the animals is observed, or histopathology, tissue conditions also you have to observe, right? So these things you have to observe at the early stage, right? And then next, you can even assess the dose response relationships, right? So dose response relationships is nothing but when you are giving a dose, and what is the response that you are going to obtain, right? Dose related adverse, if at all if there is any adverse effect which is related to dose, that also you can that also you can observe here, right? So dose related adverse effect response also you can note down. And then pharmacokinetics of that drug profile also can be gained, can be obtained, so that you can develop a lead compound. So this lead compound is nothing but it is a chemical compound that has pharmacological or biological activity, and which is likely to have this therapeutical use, right? And next one is acute toxicity studies. So in this acute toxicity studies, how you are going to do this study is that as you are giving a single dose and you are observing the animals for 14 days, and that study is done on rats and also on mice, and how many rodents or how many non-rodents you are going to take is that, in case of rodents you can take 5 animals in each sex, that is 5 males you can take and 5 females you can take. And in case of non-rodents you can take monkey, right? How many animals you can take? Only 2 animals you can take for performing this acute toxicity study, right? And how you are going to group these animals is that you are going to group the animals in 4 different groups. Group 1 will be receiving the vehicle, and group 2 will be receiving low dose of the drug, right? So this is the minimum dose that is intended for human use, and group 3 will be receiving the mid dose, and group 4 will be receiving the high dose. So this is the maximum tolerated dose that you are going to give for group 4 animals, right? So in this subacute, sorry, in this acute toxicity studies, you are going to divide like this. So this grouping is same in other cases also. And what you are going to observe, you are going to observe the life observations, right? Life observations means whether any change in their body weight, whether any change in their body appearance, whether any change in the food intake, whether any change in the what do you call this water intake. So all this you can observe here. And then necropsy also you can do. Necropsy, so you are going to weigh the organs after sacrificing the animal, and histopathological and clinical pathological studies you are going to observe for. And the next one is